How's it going, everybody? So, part two on the whole food aspect. I'm going to go more in detail about what I actually store up. So, there's probably going to be some of you out here that are more knowledgeable on this subject than me. But I'm gonna share with you what I have right now, and maybe you can get some ideas with it. So this is just kind of a snapshot of items that I've just dug out and just shown you representation. It's not like, oh, this is all my food and I'm 100% just with the stuff you see here. No, this is just random things. There's a lot of other things you don't see off camera too that are stocked up and put back, but these are just good representations of it. So there's a lot of different things you can get involved with. So if you're trying to get into this, it's kind of overwhelming when you look at what foods do I need and what, like, I need all this stuff, and it does get overwhelming. I was there years and years ago trying to get involved in this, and there was just so much information out there I didn't really know what to do, and just was pretty much blown away. So what I started out with was pretty much 3 to 4 main food based items, and I packaged them very well. That's what you see up here in Mylar, and that is my recommendation. For me, and from what I've researched, this is the longest or the long term basis of keeping food good to go. And this is just common Mylar bags. You can buy them on Amazon, whatever like that. A pack of them. You put your food inside, put an oxygen absorber inside, and then you seal them up, the edges, with a common house iron, and it'll work. So these are dated, like this is probably a 2016-ish bag. That's probably a 15, and that's another 16 over there, different times. This was like November, that was in the spring, so they're all different. And you can kind of see that they're really well packaged. There's not much, like they're not bulky or bulging out at any time because the oxygen kind of is sucked out of them, which is the benefit. And these will last probably about 25 years if you keep them in a reasonably good environment. Now, aside from that, that's where I would recommend starting with, and which I have, I don't know if I said it already, but macaroni, steel cut oats, and then jasmine rice. And then I have beans as well. So those are like kind of up front. That's what I carry. And all the rest of this stuff is just to add on. So kind of going down the line a little bit, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit for y'all, is over here. So Mountain House meals. They're expensive, but they last a long period of time. They work pretty well. I like them. They're good tasting. It's a good alternative, honestly, but they are expensive. That's for sure. Especially, I mean, getting the good ones like the Mountain House stuff. That's what I particularly kind of try to go to for little quick things. But then other things that are very affordable, actually, are stuff down here on the right. So canned goods. You have Spam, and like you have fruits and vegetables, and then tuna and stuff like that. This is a really common place to start out with, honestly. Canned stuff lasts a really long time. Specifically on there, on the expiration date, it'll probably say like 2 or 3 years. In my opinion, no, that's BS. They're just trying to tell you that because they have to. Like a store can't tell you, oh, it's good for 25 years, because then randomly, if someone would open it, get sick, and then they get sued and all that nonsense. So cans, depending on how you store them, are going to be good for years and years past their expiration date. And even if it's way past, all you can do is do a test. Open up a can, look at it, smell it, maybe give a little bit of a taste just to see what it is. Is there any discoloration? Is there funky smells coming from it? Normally, if all your senses kind of check out, it's probably going to be a good to go thing to go for, and you don't have to worry about it. But just inspect your food. So other things, like I said, those are the really cheaper alternatives, and I recommend starting out that way. Have a good variety of things. Like Spam is in there. Everyone's like, oh, Spam, Doomsday Prepper. It's just kind of makes sense. It really works, honestly. In a short time kind of environment, it is. So if you want to push into other long-term things, I think the number 10 cans are the best way to go. For instance, I have macaroni, but I don't have any, way of tomato powder or anything like that, unless you get dried tomato powder, which is up here, right? So that'll last 25 years, and you can kind of rehydrate it and mix with your macaroni. There you go. You're set. A lot of things that people don't look at too are what milk and butter. Those two things are kind of a necessity reasonably for a lot of cooking. Same with eggs. These are all dried milk, margarine powder, and dehydrated eggs. So those three can assist me a lot in the cooking realm for cooking other things, like say down here for pancakes or cornbread or other stuff like that. They sometimes require butter or eggs or other things. Now you can make them without it, but there's other things available. But if you can spend the money and get it, definitely worth it. I mean, they're not too expensive, but go over time. Don't do this all in one time. Take your time and do it. Other things that are really good to have is over here on the left-hand side is going to be honey. Honey is really awesome. I mean, there is pretty much, as long as you store it well, there is no expiration date really on raw honey. I mean, they found honey in Egyptian tombs still good. They're just crystallized and you just heat it back up and it's good to go. So honey is a really good thing, especially over here for steel cut oats along with sugar, which you can see brown sugar is in the back there. I would recommend that. But honey is a good alternative for sugar in a way. Also, you have syrup back there. Syrup's a really good thing to have on hand. I would prefer actual real syrup, not like kind of the store-bought stuff that we have over here, but it's a good alternative. So other things moving over here is alcohol. So myself, I don't drink and I don't get drunk or anything, but it's a good thing to have one for putting back, as in, bartering system or something like that, because what won't a drunk do at the end of the world, and if there's no other alcohol left? He would probably give up food just to get a bottle of alcohol. Plus antiseptic based, which that's why vodka is pretty decent too. And also smokes. You can kind of see I have cigarettes. I don't smoke, but I have them there because there are a lot of smokers out there. And if you have something that someone else is willing to have, then there you go. I know I'm kind of getting far off on the food aspect, but this is other little things that you can use for food, not the smoke, so just kind of throw them in there. But also salt and pepper. Those are probably one of the things that you definitely need to have that's throughout everything. Now you can package salt in other things, like I have them sealed up in Mylar as well, because salt, I mean, is really great to have, and I honestly need to have more. You should probably have like an entire 5-gallon bucket filled with salt, depending on how much, what you use it for and everything like that. So this is kind of like my basis, is where I would start off at, is a lot of these items. Crackers over here too. I mean, just common stuff, crackers, even peanut butter. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff that I'm not showing here, but this is just the basics. So now I'm showing you pretty much what is available, what I recommend, and now probably in the next video I will show you on actually how to package, at least the next video in this series, on how to package and where to store, how to store, what temperatures, stuff like that. I just wanted to give you an overview real quick of what recommendations there are. So if you guys have any other recommendations, definitely put those in the comments below. What do you stockpile, or what do you put back? Just say a can here, a can there. What do you put back? I would like to know, what do you prefer? What has worked out for you in the past? And definitely hit that like and subscribe, because there's a lot more coming up like this. So hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you in the next video.